Hey, it's me, Nalthazar, and welcome to another video. Spoilers have started for the upcoming Edge of Eternities set. It drops in paper, I believe, on August 1st, meaning that we can probably expect to see it coming to Puzzle Quest in the next week or so. My guess is Tuesday, but based on track record, but we don't know for sure. There's a whole bunch of really, really cool cards in this set. Like, this set has invigorated my desire to get paper Magic cards. The art on some of these things is just incredible. It's gorgeous. It's amazing. It's this sort of like futuristic space set with spaceships and planets and stuff like that. I don't know. I think it's really cool. There's new mechanics, things like warp, other stuff. Well, warp like a spaceship, zoom, zoom, pew, pew. Anyways, really, really cool set. I'm super stoked for it. Now, you guys might know I haven't done any spoilers for the last few sets, and I'm really grateful that Webcore actually sent me a message and they're like, "Hey, do you want to spoil 2 cards for the upcoming set?" And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely, I do." So this video, I get to spoil a new card that's coming with the Edge of Eternities set. The card that I get to spoil in paper is a rare. In Puzzle Quest is going to be a mythic. It's called Loading Zone. In paper, Loading Zone is this sort of doubling season-esque card. Yeah, cookies. I do like cookies. They're tasty. Loading Zone is this sort of doubling season-esque card. It makes it so that if one or more counters would be put on a creature, a spaceship, or planet, you're going to put double those counters on instead. Doubling season in paper also doubles tokens, which it should do in Puzzle Quest, but it doesn't. I mean, maybe that's a good thing because of token animations. But anyways, in paper, it's a super cool card. In Puzzle Quest, it's going to also be a pretty cool card. So this Mythic over here, Loading Zone in paper, is not going to have the warp. That's a new mechanic. Instead, it's going to be a 13-mana enchantment that's going to make it so that whenever a creature you control is buffed for the first time during your turn, that creature's going to get a +1/+1 buff on top of the buff they're getting, and then it's going to get an additional +1/+1 for each of its reinforcements. Furthermore, while this enchantment's on the battlefield, when you make a loyalty match by swap for the first time during your turn, you're going to convert 2 gems to loyalty. So this is a card that screams tokens. It's going to be really, really cool with tokens. Planeswalkers like Nissa Worldwaker and the new Planeswalker Jiang Yangu are going to be awesome partners for this card. Nissa Worldwaker is going to make a whole bunch of forest tokens. They're 1/1s with haste and is going to convert gems to green. Her second ability is going to make you draw cards, but also is going to put a support on the board that makes it so that when you landfall, your creatures get a +1/+1 buff. So not only, and it also is going to make it so that the cards in your hand are all going to have this mechanic that makes it so that if you overflow them with mana, you're going to wind up getting extra forest tokens out. So it's going to make a whole bunch of tokens. With the first ability, you're going to convert gems, which is going to trigger landfalls. With the second ability, those landfalls are going to buff your critters. And then with the Loading Zone out, you're going to make it so that all those forests are going to come out and they're going to buff, and then they're going to get stronger, and then they're going to get more powerful based on their reinforcements. And it'll be a really cool card loop. Jiang Yangu, the new green planeswalker that just recently came out into Puzzle Quest, is going to make a whole bunch of Mo Doggo tokens, and those little Doggo tokens are going to be made fairly quickly because the loyalty costs for Jiang Yangu are pretty low. The Doggo tokens are coming out for just 9 loyalty. And then Jiang's other 2 abilities are going to be serving as buff abilities. And so those are going to make it so that with Loading Zone, you can make a whole bunch of those little doggos and then have those doggos become big doggos with big fangs and big barks. So no more little chihuahuas for you. Anywho, those are sort of the things that came to mind for me as soon as I saw this card, Loading Zone. I'm curious to think of other different combos that we could use with this, especially in Standard. It's probably going to be tokens. However, it could also be with cards that reinforce a lot. I'm wondering what some of you all think is going to be a really cool application for this card, because I feel like whenever I wind up getting to do spoilers, there's something or some interaction or whatnot that I don't think of that you guys do that winds up being really, really cool. Tempt with Bunnies was one of them, where I saw the card and I thought, okay, this will be pretty good. And then someone in the comments was like, wait a minute, those 2 triggers are going to stack on themselves and be real nasty. And sure enough, that's how it worked, and it is a really nasty card. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is Loading Zone going to be a card that you guys want to collect? Is it going to be one that you want to chase? Is it one that you want to pair with a specific walker or card or what have you? I personally don't have this as like a like a top meta card, so like a card that I would use in an event that is like a scoring event. However, this very much screams training grounds hero card for me. So training grounds hero cards for me are cards that you can put into a deck and get a lot of really fun gimmicky power out of, but you use it mostly in the training grounds because it's not necessarily going to be the most consistent, but it will be fun. So my thoughts on Loading Zone: cool card. I'm excited to see what else is coming with the set. There have already been, I want to say, 3 spoilers on the forums. I've posted links to all of those in my Discord. If you haven't joined my Discord, there's a link in the description to this video. You can join my Discord. Amazing community. In the announcements section, you can see the links for all those. If you're already in Gaussmaster's Discord, I believe he's got them in there too. Gaussmaster's another creator with another Discord, fantastic community. And speaking of Gauss, he actually did a spoiler for a really cool card as well. So if you haven't checked that video out, check that out. With that said, I've got one more video coming for you guys with one more spoiler. It's a masterpiece. I'm excited to share that one with you guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.